Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne Sharp World, where we have found ourselves facing another Monday, meaning you know what time it is. Wayne Sharp Week, highlighting the knives that are going to be in my pocket this week for the next 5 or 6 days. Before I get into that list, though, I want to give a huge shout out to my sponsors up here, DLT Trading, Mojave Outdoor, and White Mountain Knives. Guys, if you're out looking for a knife or any type of EDC gear, give these retailers a shot and give them your business. It is because of them I can do what I do, and I greatly appreciate their support of my channel. Now, with that being said, let's get right into it. Let's start off with the first knife that's going to be in my pocket, and that is none other than the CJRB Rhea. This is one of those knives, and it's officially gotten to that point to where I think this might be CJRB's best design, or one of their best, easily one of their best. I should probably go back and take a look at my CJRB models, because my top 3, top 4, it's probably changed a bit over time, because CJRB has had some pretty good releases this year, but it's still so hard to beat the Rhea. It's just that really happy size for so many people. A blade under 3 inches, nice feeling handle. It's not too wide or too thick or too thin. It's just a very nice neutral shape that fits well in just about everybody's hands. It's got a very nice calm pocket clip that gives it more that pen look. This here is the Knife Center exclusive Pocketwood version, which I happen to like a whole lot. It's just a great little carry. It's perfect for office. It's perfect for a casual day. It's perfect if you're going to church on a Sunday morning or Saturday night. It's perfect for so many things, and it just fits in pretty much anyone's carry rotation when it comes to a good EDC knife. And this is also probably about as small of a blade as I would go if I was just going to carry one knife as an EDC. Wouldn't want to go much smaller, but I think this is plenty good enough to be a main carry in someone's rotation, as to where you may carry a smaller little, fifth pocket blade with this or something. But a good primary carry, in my opinion. Nice edge, beautiful blade shape, and just a great offering at that action with those thumb studs. It may look like it's hard to operate. I still hear that from some people sometimes. It's not. It is so simple, so smooth, whips out with just a very, very easy push of the thumb. Action is fantastic, and I've done this before, but other people may not have seen it before. If you are a lefty, they don't make a left-handed version of this, but you can easily middle finger flick this with your left hand. So then it's just a matter of, slide it in your pocket in a little different way you would a regular true left hand carry. But yeah, to do it that simple, it's worth pointing out every time I get the chance, because it's just a very versatile, very nice knife. The CJRB Rhea. Next up, we have another great knife under $100. I won't call it a budget knife because it's just under $100, but that is the Kizer Mini Critical, and this has really, really, really been one of my favorite knives of the year in that price range. It's just such an excellent blade, such a slicey little guy with CPM 3V steel, and I really like this black micarta that Kizer uses. It's not too fuzzy or frail. It's not too plasticky. It's true, genuine, good quality micarta. I really like it, and I love how it works with kind of just the character of this knife. Micarta suits it really well, and I think the gray pivot looks really well, as well as the gray backspacer. Gray and black, I like my dark neutral colors. Just a really nice build from Kizer, and good ergos. Actually, really good ergos. Surprisingly good ergos. I had the large critical for quite a while. Just recently got rid of it, but really like that knife a lot. And I gotta say, usually if I go from a bigger knife that was a 3.5 inch blade to a smaller knife, I almost always prefer the bigger knife. But I gotta say, worst case, we're looking at a wash here between the Mini Critical and regular Critical. I do prefer these micarta scales over the titanium. In terms of the titanium had the speed holes, I didn't really like the speed holes. And I also definitely like to not seeing that Kizer swirly pivot they had on the old original one. That was my biggest problem with it. This one is much cleaner. Much better looking in my opinion, and just a great little EDC knife. Anyone that may have an issue with a Wharncliffe blade as a true EDC, I would argue that. I think a Wharncliffe blade makes a great EDC knife, especially for me specifically, and I think a lot of other people. You find yourself doing, so many regular draw cuts, opening up packages, bags of whatever you're eating. A Wharncliffe blade works great for all that. So it's an extremely useful blade for most of us, and it fits really well on this knife right here with fantastic action. The blade flies right. No surprise though. I mean, it is a Kizer. I've said recently in my books at least, Kizer has easily passed Civivi for the best budget knives out there. Civivis are still great. Artisans are still great. CTRBs are still great, but Kizer's at the top for me. Kizer's definitely at the top when it comes to quality, action, variety. They've really kicked it up a notch over the past year and a half. So Kizer's doing great things, and this is a great knife. The Kizer Mini Critical, or Critical Mini, however you want to order those two words. And next up, we have one that I just posted a review up lately. That is the Kuby Ku331, and this is definitely, without a doubt, as a matter of fact, this is my favorite Kuby for sure. Love this design, love this blade, love the ergos. You can choke up a little. A lot of really good things happening with this knife right here. If you guys haven't seen my full review of it, check it out. I just uploaded it Friday, so not too long ago. It's still somewhat fresh, still catching a good amount of views, and for good reasons. Guys, Kuby makes an extremely solid budget knife. This guy's coming in at 58 bucks. It's got the D2 steel, which isn't anything to write home about, but it has that good edge retention. It is a respectable steel. It just doesn't have the best corrosion resistance, which is really my only knack with it. In terms of sharpening, it's not the easiest, but you can do it. If I can sharpen D2, believe me, anyone can sharpen D2. Pocket clip is pretty nice. It looks nice, not recessed, that's okay, but the gap here, it needs to be a little bigger. You'll find yourself kind of having to push this a little harder into your pocket hem to get your hem to fully go up to the top of the clip. But it does go, it does work, and it actually does carry very well in the pocket. The width works nice, and it's not too thick, so it carries very well. No issues with how it carries whatsoever. Really like the ergos, like the wide handle, and most importantly, love this action. Just a fantastic front flipper. One that I don't really always have to use the clip on. I mean, I have my fingers on the clip, but I'm not gripping it like I do some knives. Just kind of have it back there, and the blade flies right out, and middle finger flicking it is fantastic. Honestly, just as nice to middle finger flick as it is front flip, so whatever you prefer when it comes to deployment, you can go with it on this one, as long as it's one of those two, of course. But yeah, just a really good solid knife. Great EDC. Love that blade shape and swedge and cutout. Just a really solid job by Kuby on this one. Definitely worth looking out, and worth every penny of 58 bucks, in my opinion. Kuby Ku331. Next up, we're going to kick it up a little in value price. We have our Giant Mouse Ace Grand. This is another one. I can never have I ever stuck the Ace Grand in my pocket and thought, man, I wish I carried something else. This is just an excellent knife. Absolutely excellent, hard use knife. Not the thinnest edge in the world, but still plenty good enough for any regular EDC cutting tasks. Love the green micarta. The company I work for now, I don't want to get into any of the specifics of that, but the colors are green, so kind of like a foresty green. So I kind of carry a little more green knives now. It matches my shirt, goes a little better in the pocket when I pull it out. It kind of matches what I'm wearing, so I'm kind of favoring green a little more lately, but regardless, whatever color this is, this would be a fantastic knife. It's got those good Vox ergos, a very strong and beautifully looking LMAX blade with a great cutout, one that I personally had to get used to. Some people had no problem with it. I did have to get used to this cutout when I got the knife, but once I figured it out, It works for any type of thumb flicking, middle finger flicking, slow rolling. It's good, guys. It's good to go. No issues there. Just love this knife. Love everything about it. And definitely one that I am going to be happy to throw in my pocket this week. The Giant Mouse Ace Grand. And last up, I've got a bit of a banger and an improvement to make to it. This here is the Chris Reeve Umnumzan, and you hear that? You hear that? I'm going to be fixing that this week. I'll be carrying this later this week after I fix it. It's not really a problem, but I cut the lanyard off back here, so you have the lanyard, the lanyard hole that's just kind of shaken. I ordered this from Chris Reeve Knives. It's an extra back spacer that will fill in the back of the knife a little differently and get rid of that shake and probably look a whole lot better, I think, too. So really looking forward to make that little slight improvement to this knife. And man, I really do love the Umnumzan. It was the first Chris Reeve knife I've ever experienced when I got it, and definitely one that I don't think is ever going to be leaving my collection. Guys, Chris Reeve knives, they are built differently. Very differently than pretty much all other folding knives out on the market. They're not your fidget beasts. You can flick it out, but you kind of have to, you really have to build a feel for it, because these are top shelf knives. This guy was, I think it was $450 for this guy. But it's premium. Everything about a Chris Reeve knife is just built to last 2 or 3 lifetimes. You have an excellent grind, a hollow grind, a nice, big, strong blade. That S35VN, this is not the S45 version, but some people complain about how Chris Reeves heat treats their knives. I mean, I'm not a metallurgist. I'm not a genius when it comes to that stuff. All I know is this is a nice slicey blade that I love using, and it works fine, and it's easy to sharpen. So I don't have any issues with it. I don't think it's super soft. I don't notice the edge dying out real quick. Not really much quicker than any other S35VN knives I have. So I don't have an issue with it. And when I get this in my pocket, I kind of have a hard time taking it out, because it's just so tough, so strong, and it just feels so good. It's definitely a very smooth, glassy, hydraulic-y feel when you're opening it. Very soft when the studs hit the back of the knife. The studs kind of act as the stopping point. They hit the top of the handle, so it just feels good. It's got those bands up there to kind of soften the impact. So yeah, I really do love the Umnumzan. I'm not sure if it came down to an Umnumzan or a Sebenza. I'm really not sure which one I would go with if I had to pick one. I don't even know if that would, I don't know. That'd be a very, very tough decision. But I really do love my Umnumzan, and I'm looking forward to making that upgrade on it. So there you go, guys. There's my lineup for the week. Let me know what you think. Let me know, of course, what's in your pocket, what you got going on. And I hope everyone has a great week. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. And until the next one, which isn't going to be that far away, I got more stuff coming for you guys this week. I'm out.